Hello again. I'm doing an update on this 356. I can't do my suspension right now because the arms are bent, if you saw in another short I built. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to customize this bumper. I started making the bumper and it didn't come out quite the way I wanted it. So what I'm going to do is cut this one up. This one's bent and it's been in an accident anyways. So what I want to do is try to achieve tightness all the way around here, and I might even bolt it to the fender right here. But I want to kind of get this same gap that's right here and maintain it all the way around. I bought brand new brackets for it, so those are nice and straight. I'll probably have to re-drill the holes in the brackets so I could push the bumper back. Modify this. I'll probably have to splice it. Probably have to cut in the middle. But I just wanted to get this bumper looking more form-fitting to the car. So I just want to have the second short of the bumper, try to show you where my direction's going to be, how I'm going to cut it, and how close I am. Right now it's not bolted, but what I did is basically got like whatever you can to stand off your marker or whatever you're going to use. I like to use the like the chalk, and what I do is I run it through the whole side of this, and what it's going to tell me, okay, it's quite a lot right here. So what I'm probably going to have to do is find center this bumper, cut it down the middle, then it will relieve this side to go in, and then this side won't have to go in so much. So this is the start. It's kind of basically calling it a layout, how I'm going to lay the thing out. The next phase of what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit more adjustability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these up a little bit more. So I'll probably drill a hole about an inch away, and I'll just follow this line through there, and I'll have to do that on both sides of the bumper so I could actually move it back and forth. I don't know if I'll need to, but it's nice to just do this first so I don't have to fool with it later. So what I'm probably going to do next is possibly cut the bumper in half so I could kind of have more area to work right here, so I can get closer to the car. Well, as I show you right here, the curvature of this front end is really nice. It's just when I put this car together, this was smashed and that wasn't even non-existent. This side was non-existent. I basically had to make this fender up to here, and this is a part from another car from a 64, which they're the same, but you know, I wanted to make sure the hood looks, you know, fit right, everything. So if you'll see other pictures I'm going to insert in the video, the process, it was the having it conform to that size without any templates and stuff was, you know, quite hard because it was all done off measurements and just pictures. But I think I did a pretty darn good job. It's just nothing is perfect in this world, even though we pretend we are. So it's nice. You probably wouldn't be able to tell between another car. I think if you made a jig or a buckboard, maybe you could see the difference, but I really can't tell you, and it doesn't matter because it's my car, and it's gonna look right. I've seen cars that are high end and you could tell the front end's been hit just because it's flattened a little bit more or it sticks out more. I think I achieved this really darn good. All right, now you see what I did is I cut a big portion of it out. I cut the bumper in half. Probably didn't have to cut the bumper, but it just made it easier for me to hold it in place. Also, the bracket, I tack welded together so it doesn't move around when I'm adjusting it. This also, I put it in the center. So there's a little bit of adjustability after I finished putting it together. I did it on both sides. So as you see, the next phase is I'm going to put it on the car, and then I'll fabricate a piece to match the radius of the front end. Okay, now it's on the car. As you see, it didn't really grow or shrink. Probably the shape of it needed to be changed still, even though. So if you're doing it, you really don't have to cut it. Over here, the gap is pretty good till you get to there that touches the fender. I don't really want it to touch the fender, but I noticed it's kind of like a little dent here. Probably it's pushed in, so I'll straighten it, and I'll try to get that the same gap as you go. We're gonna maintain the gap to here. As you see, this is really nice. That's what I'm looking forward to, is that gap. But as it goes around the corner, it kind of dives in a little bit here. So I'm probably gonna have to relieve this, push it forward. But what I gotta do is still maintain the dimension here to here consistent. So if it's let's say this is 4 inches here, I have to be the same on this side, 4 inches, because it's gonna look funny if you make it match the body, but the bumper's not right. It's gonna show. So whatever I do here has to be here, right here, here. All the dimensions gonna have to be the same. So it's a little challenge. You know, the body on this car, as I said, it was all chewed up in the front, but I have it really nice. The next step is going to get this portion in the middle, and we'll go from there. As you see, there's a little bit bigger gap than the blade that I use, so because it almost like a pie cut when you cut it, and when I folded the bumper over to get closer to the body, it opens up right here. So what I'm gonna do is I put a piece of copper behind it, and I'm gonna weld the 2 pieces together right here and work my way down slowly so I could at least pull the bumper back on. Try to maneuver that little piece. I got a little bit better, but I need to take it off, and this side's really good too. So, well, here it is. It's got a nice gap pretty much through the whole thing till it gets about right here. It gets a little tight, but what I'm going to do is when I finish welding this, I'm going to have to bend this up a little bit because it's shrank a little bit. As you see, it's consistent all the way to the corner, and that's what my attempt was, to try to get as tight as I can to the car. And also, if you look in here, as I slotted the bumper, so what I was going to do, even after it's all painted and it's all tucked in into the body, you know, sometimes you can't, you know, you want to clean in here and wax it. So I made those so I could actually pull this out and I could wax it inside there, and then just push it back in place. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just wanted to make it easier to get in there. Sometimes you want to clean something real nice if you want to take it to a car show, or just clean it like a yearly cleaning. But I just thought that was just an idea to do. Well, here it is. The gap is really nice now, from in and out to pretty much it follows it with a nice gap. So I was gonna do the lead work on it, but after grinding it and pounding it and doing a little bit of hammer work, it doesn't need it. It just needs a small little skim coat of body filler on it, and call it good. Well, I appreciate the time you took to look at this. I'm gonna do the back bumper next, so stay tuned for that. Thank you very much, and God bless.